Russian leader Vladimir Putin was silent for almost a week, at least publicly, before his summit in Alaska with U.S. President Donald Trump. But now, for the first time, he's commented on that summit and he praised the U.S. president. Here's what he said.
To tell you about the stage we are at with the current American administration, which, as everyone knows, is making, in my opinion, quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities, stop the crisis, and reach agreements that are of interest to all parties involved in this conflict in order to create long-term conditions for peace between our countries and in Europe and in the world as a whole. If by the next stages we reach agreements in the area of control over strategic offensive weapons.
Now, there were a lot of interesting things that Vladimir Putin was talking about there. He was alluding to a longer-term peace agreement between Ukraine and Russia, and that seems to indicate that the Russians are still holding on to the fact that they say they don't really want an instant ceasefire like Donald Trump wants, but what they want is a longer-term peace process at the end of which there would be a wider peace agreement. Now, the Russians are also saying that this summit in Alaska is about much more for them than just the conflict in Ukraine. They're also aiming for a broader reset of U.S.-Russia relations, and everything about the makeup of the Russian delegation seems to indicate that as well. Vladimir Putin, of course, taking some of his senior aides, some of his senior ministers as well, but also taking his defense minister and his finance minister, indicating that the Russians are also aiming for sanctions relief and possible business deals with the U.S. in the future.